Welcome to this review of Coinbase, a cryptocurrency exchange, and one that I've done more research on. And as I mentioned in my previous video, finding ways for some additional passive income streams. This has been one great option that I've actually gotten involved with and have some positions with different crypto coins. So to start, it's one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges out there, a great place to be able to buy and sell and do your trading. Now, there are some great reward options as well, getting some additional Bitcoin or other rewards for learning about the other altcoins that are out there. And I will put a referral link down below so that you can also take advantage of getting some additional Bitcoin. I think that if you sign up through my referral link, you get $10 worth of Bitcoin for every $100 that you spend, and I will get the same match. So it's a great win-win. Moving down further onto the Coinbase site, this kind of shows you here what they have for the different changes on a daily rate for the open and close price action for each of the coin options out there. Very similar to what you'll see once you open your account. As I mentioned, there's quite a few different options here for finding different reward programs for learning about crypto and also earning free crypto and helping to start that portfolio and create that passive income. Now, this is very similar to what you'll see on your account, and there also is an app option to be able to view your account. I mostly just go onto the website, and as I mentioned before, buy and hold investor, so I don't look at it that often other than just to buy more, not doing a whole lot of trading or selling. But like I mentioned, this is similar to what you'll see on your account. It's a great way to be able to manage your portfolio, see all of your currencies in one place, see how the valuation is increasing over time. There are options for you to be able to set up recurring buys, whether that's on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. Vault protection, we'll get into a little bit more detail here later in the video. And then, as I mentioned, the mobile app service, whether you have Android or iOS. It's one of the most trusted cryptocurrency platforms out there. Do your own research for sure, but as far as what I could see, why I ended up selecting this exchange was it's very well known. There's a lot of great reviews on it from multiple users. It's got low fees, best ratings, the most options for the number of coins out there, and it happens to be very user-friendly. 455 billion worth of volume traded, 100 countries supported, and 43 million verified users. So very, very well known. And to get your account set up, it's very easy. Create your account, link the bank account, and start buying and selling. Now, moving on to the next section here, I wanted to spend some time, as I mentioned, to talk about some of the options with the vault and security. So moving on to the vault section, you get a free wallet for once you make purchases on Coinbase for the different coins. But then there's an added layer of security, which I would highly recommend, especially once you get over $1,000, I would say. So the vault is similar to your normal wallet, but it just gives an added layer. So what I end up doing is, as I make purchases on my wallet, I move it over to my vault immediately, just to make sure that I've got that added layer of security. And you're able to set up one vault per coin. And then what's great about it is that once you have it set up, you can go through these step-by-step instructions on their website, but it allows you to be able to have a 48-hour waiting period. Once you do decide that you want to make a withdrawal, or you're selling some of your Bitcoin and you want to convert that to cash or something else. There's also a secondary email protection and that 48-hour waiting period begins. Now, if you don't validate that withdrawal within the first 24 hours, then that request actually gets locked. And so that's a great protection as well. The other nice feature is that you will continue to receive rewards even if you move those coins into a vault. And as I get further into this review, we'll talk about some of those coin options out there that have staking capability or rewards. And you'll definitely want to be able to continue to take advantage of those as you keep them on the exchange. Now, some may be concerned about how the coins are stored within exchange on Coinbase, and they actually have 98% of their coins or deposits as far as what users are holding in a cold storage. So it's actually stored offline, and it's not stored on the website itself. And then there's 2% that's stored in what's called a hot storage, and that's to be able to, for them to have liquidity to service customers as they're making the sells and trades and purchases. Now, the ones that I have positions in that have staking rewards are Tezos and Algorand. Those were the two I mentioned in my previous video. So Tezos, XTZ ticker, and Algorand, ALGO ticker. Now, I will get more into detail on Ethereum, ETH, and there are some great new things happening with that particular coin. But as you can see here, between Tezos, Algorand, and Ethereum, you're anywhere from 4.5 to 7.5, almost 8% on your APR return on just buying and holding and getting those staking rewards. So just to spend a few minutes talking about what staking is, I won't go in great detail, but I'll just kind of give a overall highlight summary. To basically give it the easiest definition, staking is a way of earning rewards for holding certain cryptocurrencies. That's the key takeaway. But how it works is, as I mentioned, there's some of those Tezos and Ethereum. You stake some of your holdings and earn a percentage rate reward over time. And as I mentioned, time is your friend when it comes to investing. So the earlier you start, the better you do with the dollar cost averaging and continuing to just increase your positions with these different coins. That's going to help you compound on those percentages for the rewards with staking, similar to what you would get for dividends within the stock market. The reason your crypto earns rewards while staked is because the blockchain puts it to work. This is called proof of stake, which ensures that all transactions are verified and secured without a bank or payment processor. And as I mentioned, this option is coming up now for Ethereum. And so let's spend another few minutes here talking about ETH 2 and being able to join that waitlist. This is an upgrade to the Ethereum network, and its aim is to improve the network security and scalability. And so they're actually moving from their current mining model to a staking model. So they're going more to the proof of stake, as I mentioned earlier. On these blockchains, anyone with a minimum required balance of cryptocurrency can validate transactions and earn staking rewards now. So before, there was a minimum requirement in my research, and you had to have at least 32 ETH. And that was a big deal because that was tens of thousands of dollars at the time. And so it wasn't very feasible for most investors or people who were buying into these coins. But now they've changed it. And as I mentioned, you can actually join the waitlist here on the Coinbase exchange and be able to join this rewards program for staking regardless of how much of a position you have within ETH. What are the rewards? As I mentioned before, earning anywhere between 3 to 7.5%. The protocol rewards is an incentive for more ETH to come online. When there's already a lot of ETH staked, reward is reduced. So it definitely helps for you to continue to purchase more of the ETH so that you're getting more of the staking rewards. So the more that you own or the bigger position that you have, the bigger your reward. During the initial launch, you will temporarily be unable to trade, send, or sell what you have staked, but they'll be working on updates and notifying users as far as when you are able to sell, trade, or send funds. And right now there's no deadline or date for when they're going to notify users of when you've been added to the staking reward option, but they are working on the notification process and letting people know when that's going to actually happen. And this is a key one to be very well aware of. So currently the US is eligible, but this excludes New York and Hawaii residents. And it sounds like they are potentially working on availability within other regions as well. I wanted to end this video by talking about Coinbase and where they're headed. They actually are going for an IPO, and actually it's going to be listed as a direct listing. They're trying to get away from having to be managed by the banks and or additional funding services for this listing, and not having to deal with all the rulings that go along with that. So this article that I just read within the last day talks about why this matters. The biggest deal is that this could be the highest initial valuation than any other US tech company outside of Facebook once they do go public. And by the numbers, they've generated $141 million of net income on $691 million in revenue for the first 9 months. Also to note, none of these revenue numbers actually include 2021, during which the price and trading volume of Bitcoin has obviously skyrocketed. For share sales, Coinbase last month, they launched a secondary share sale via the NASDAQ private markets, offering up to 1.8 million shares in weekly batches. This was for them to be able to determine a reference price for the public offering. The initial batches of 75,000 shares were sold on January 29th at $200 per share. This worked out to a valuation of nearly $54 billion, in comparison to the $8 billion valuation that was initially put together during the venture capital round in late 2018. The next two batches were sold at $301 and $303 respectively for those shares. And the most recent share valuation of $127,000 sold on Friday came out to be $373 per share, or a valuation of $100.23 billion. Coinbase is headed in doing big things and making sure that they are one of the leaders in the exchanges out there, and how they become a bigger partner with the cryptocurrencies and creating opportunities for not only buying more cryptocurrency for a passive income or hedge against volatility option and creating asset or storage of wealth, but also being able to directly invest within their exchange and buying into this direct listing once the shares do come out in the public market under the NASDAQ. So thanks for joining, and definitely if you found value with this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell to get notified of additional videos as they get uploaded. And as I mentioned before, don't look for ways just to survive, but survive and thrive.